They're explaining to you what's coming here. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've seen presidents being in Iowa letting these farmers know we get ready to figure the taxes. We get ready to figure how to lower the cost of you farmers being able to produce this food. We're trying to figure out the property tax, the food tax. We're trying to figure all this out for you. So it's understanding for these crop sharers, you know what I mean, for these businesses of these farmers that, you know what I mean, okay, this is what's going to change here. Okay, let me look at this and see what advantage I'm going to get out of this if I get this president in office. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go and get back into this pamphlet. Prophet Muhammad and his small group of followers endured persecution for 13 years in Mecca. Eventually, they were forced to leave Mecca and migrate to Medina, a city whose people eagerly welcomed them. Here, Muhammad established the very first Islamic society which eliminated the spiritual and social problems rampant in the Arabian Peninsula. Freedom of religion was instituted in Medina. Women are honored and respected as equals. Racial discrimination was practically eliminated. Tribal warfare was replaced with united ties of brotherhood. Usury and alcohol were completely forbidden. So I ask you this right here. You know what I mean? We're talking about Muhammad, the last prophet of God. You got what I'm saying? A Muslim. What happened? No, what happened? Right here is telling you that all the things that Muslims point out today, all the things that Muslims have said, you know, the white man this, the wages, you know, it's a lot that Muslims, that what I just read is going on now. You understand what I'm saying? What happened when y'all had that under control? What happened? See, y'all came into America, figured what the black community need to hear to become a Muslim. You understand what I'm saying? To become a Muslim. And y'all numbers are not really where you want it to be. But you can't keep on with your hate speeches. You can't keep on saying that the white man is the devil, because it has been proven and it has came to not a cease but a slowdown. You understand what I'm saying? A slowdown where that if you're speaking of hate, then you're trying to provoke something. If you're speaking of racial inequality, then you're trying to provoke something. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? Because it exists, but it does not exist on a scale where that there's a big issue of it. You understand what I'm saying? Of it. And I know most everyone over the age of 20 or maybe over the age of 10 understand what racism is. You feel what I'm saying? They understand it. You got it? Now look at what Muhammad did. He made it where that there was no racism in Mecca, Medina. There was none. You feel what I'm saying? None. This is what religious equality done in Medina, and this is what this man did. You feel what I'm saying? So what happened? How did things get off track? How did things land unperfect? Let's get back into this reading. The French historian Alphonse de Lamartine has stated, if greatness of purpose, smallness, and means and astounding results are the three criteria of human genius, who could dare to compare any great man in modern history with Muhammad? When comparing his life before and after becoming a messenger, it becomes clear that God enabled him to attain this stature and renown through his prophethood by the end of his life in 632 CE. The powerful teachings of Islam had overcome even its most ardent enemies. Convinced by the truth of Muhammad's message and inspired by the purity of his character, the entire Arabian Peninsula embraced Islam. Yet some individuals have alleged that Muhammad was not a true messenger of God, but a sham. This reflects a poor understanding of his teachings, personality, and life achievements. Many non-Muslim intellectuals throughout history have attested to the impossibility of this view. The British historian Dr. Montgomery Watt addresses this perspective in his writings. His readiness to undergo persecutions for his beliefs, the high moral character of the men who believed in him and looked up to him as leader, and the greatness of his ultimate achievement all argue his fundamental integrity. To suppose Muhammad an impostor raises more problems than it solves. Moreover, none of the great figures of history is so poorly appreciated in the West as Muhammad. In Life of Muhammad, the famous American intellectual Washington Irving wrote, in his private dealings, he was just. He treated friends and strangers, the rich and poor, the powerful and weak, with equity, and was beloved by the common people from the affability with which he received them and listened to their complaints. In the time of his greatest power, he maintained the same simplicity of manners and appearance as in the days of his adversity. He was displeased if on entering a room, any unusual testimonies of respect were shown to him. That's the end of this part of this pamphlet. And I say this to you again, what happened? Was it provoked? Was it where that after Abraham Lincoln and the rest of Congress made sure that the slaves was freed, that there was going to come a time that we need blacks and whites against each other again? There was a time, if I can keep the hate in your heart, I know you're going to agree with this community, with this religion, with this culture, that the white man's the devil. You get me? The devil. You get me? Now, how many lives has been destroyed? And I'm not talking about you physically being dead. I'm talking about your life being destroyed by going against these white people. How many? How many? How many? And has Islam picked your life up? Has the people that put this in your ear picked your life up? Have they done it? Are they able to help you when you're on that front line going against these white people? Are they able to help you? And I'm not saying fear them. You understand what I'm saying? Don't fear them, but have your information, have your complaints, have your tribulations accurate. You feel what I'm saying? Accurate. And when you take these things to Congress, because right now you got to deal with Congress. You feel what I'm saying? You might as well walk on Washington to get something done. You feel what I'm saying? There's no sense of having a rally in the street. There's no sense in confronting a white person, being very negative to them. You get what I'm saying? Take it to Congress. Get you the right speaker, get you the right face, take it to Congress, and let's get some laws, in place, and let's get some problems solved. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Because it's easy to reach people when you find out the tribulations they go through. When you find that out, it's easy to reach them because you're talking directly to them, right? Right? Directly to them. So when you're talking directly to someone, and immediately they get you, they understand you. But what is the underline, the back page of you trying to reach me? What's your game? You feel what I'm saying? What is your game? What is the end road to what you're starting with me? Look, you've been with the Nasty Pastor. There's been another reading from Muhammad, the final prophet of God. Peace be upon him. And I say this to you, you know what I mean? I can't wait to read about revelations in the Quran. I can't wait. If it's very detailed, if it's very answerable, there's answers in here. It's very different than the revelations in this holy Bible. You feel what I'm saying? This holy Bible. Then I'm going to say to you is this right here. You got it? This is what I'm going to say to you. Is that we know the cultures are different. You feel what I'm saying? They're different. So the revelation should be different. You get me? But if the revelation is the same, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. It's only one word. Many names, but it's only one word. I'm out, and I love you.